Kilo Echo 9, America, November, Japan. QSL.
Kilo Echo 9, America, November, Juliet, roger.
Kilo Echo 9, America, November, Juliet, roger.
QSL, name here is Todd, Tango Oscar, Delta, Delta.
Roger, Todd, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Todd, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
I'm located in Salem, Indiana, about 40 miles northwest of Louisville, Kentucky, just across the Ohio River. QSL.
Oh, Roger, Todd. Well, gosh, we're down around Louisville. I guess you know that. Welcome aboard. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Welcome aboard. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger. Yeah, I'm running an Icon 7300, 100 watts with a dipole, resonant 40-meter dipole. Over.
Roger. Now, have you double-checked to be sure that you're in that wide transmit bandwidth TBW? It's called wide 100 to 2900 on that 7300. You have three choices. Some people take all three of those and make them 100 to 2900, so nothing can possibly change that transmit bandwidth. Roger.
Can possibly change that transmit bandwidth. Roger.
Yeah, Roger. It's wide. Now, I don't know how to adjust that. Over.
Roger, just go in the box and, you can do it that way. Go in the box, erase what's there, and put what you need there, Roger. Probably the simplest way is just to highlight the 7300. The 100 to 2900 box. Just highlight that, and that will have made your selection, Roger.
100 box. Just highlight that, and that will have made your selection, Roger.
Roger that. I believe it's set right. Over.
Yes, sir. And it shows that there should only be one that's highlighted. That should be the 100 to 2900. Roger.
That's highlighted. That should be the 100 to 2900. Roger.
Yep. Roger that. Over.
Roger. Then to your compressor, and we want that on a 3. 3 out of 10, which is what it is. So it should be on a 3 on that 7300. Roger.
That's what it is. So it should be on a 3 on that 7300. Roger.
Yep, Roger that. Running an ICOM SM50 microphone. I've got the compressor set at 3 and the mic gain at 65%. Over.
Roger. Okay, now we want to go to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand. And as you say the secret word, audio, don't stress it, just say it like you would say any other word in a QSO, and adjust your mic gain until that ALC meter is running 2/3. So the word is audio. Don't worry about the last half of that word. It's the first half where you become a human test tone generator, and you say audio and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is showing 2/3. Roger.
Your mic gain until your ALC meter is showing 2/3. Roger.
Roger that. Audio.
Roger. Now, I want you to move to your tone board, your tone control board, Roger.
I want you to move to your tone board, your tone control board, Roger.
This is for EQ.
Roger that.
This is for EQ.
Alrighty, and what I want you to do is add 3 clicks additional boost to your treble EQ, plus 3 clicks boost on your treble EQ from where you are, Roger?
Plus 3 clicks boost on your treble EQ from where you are, Roger?
Roger that. Went to +4. Over.
Roger that. And is that the hand mic, the supplied hand mic you're using?
Roger that. And is that the hand mic, the supplied hand mic you're using?
Negative. It's a SM50 desktop mic. Over.
Roger. Do you happen to have a foam windscreen around?
Roger. Do you happen to have a foam windscreen around?
Come back with that. Over.
Would you happen to have a foam windscreen to fit over that microphone? I heard a couple of plosives in there, not much, but a little bit. I was just wondering if you happen to have a foam windscreen laying around that you could put on over that mic, the front of it, Roger?
Laying around that you could put on over that mic, the front of it, Roger?
Yeah, negative. I don't have anything like that, over.
Okay, so maybe down in your future, as you think about things, maybe you might want to consider that foam windscreen. It's such a beautiful device. It breaks up all the air currents headed toward the mic element. Before they get to the mic element, it smooths everything out, takes all the crinkles and stuff out of your voice, and makes you sound like $1 million, Roger?
Your voice, it makes you sound like $1 million, Roger?
Yep, roger that. Yeah, well, I'll definitely look into purchasing one of those, over.
Yes, sir. You could, there's a lot of places, music stores, and they're only $3 or $4, and in the color of your choice, whatever floats your boat, you can just get that color and slip it on, and like I say, it's just so beautiful. It's one of the saving graces as you progress on down the road with your station. It's that final one of the final touches that really makes your station sound pro, because it takes care of all of the things that you don't want to transmit, Roger?
It takes care of all of the things that you don't want to transmit, Roger?
Roger that. Yep, I'll definitely look into getting one of those. I think we have a music store here in Salem up on the square. I'll definitely check into that store and see if they carry that, over.
Roger, Todd. Now, why don't you tell me about the best thing you like about that 7300?
About the best thing you like about that 7300?
Well, I started out with the FT891, and then I wanted to upgrade, and I was looking at the 991 Alpha, but I came across this deal on this 7300 I couldn't pass up. It's a little AMFET last year, so I went ahead with the touch screen, and also the graphs and all that, and it's a lot easier to adjust than the 891. And basically, the 891, you have to go through several different screens there to get to what you want to adjust. But this here, you can just go in there and adjust. So, just go in there and pick what you want and adjust it. So that's what I like best about it is the ease to adjust what you want and adjust it. So that's what I like best about it is the ease to adjust all the features, over.
Roger, Todd. Now, part of that conversation, I went to my local antenna on the 7300, and of course the frequency response from a 7300 is much better than on the internet SDR. So, immediately the first thing you could hear is that a lot lower bottom end on that 7300, which is flat down to 100 cycles, and most SDRs are rolling out at about 250 or so. So you really can tell the difference there. And I have a chevron on the right side. It's called an input source indicator, and you can tell where I am listening from. Not to end in a prepositional phrase there, but you can tell where our audio is, and so when I'm in Hocus Pocus, that is my Kentucky SDR, and then when I'm in my 7300, obviously that's the 7300. So what I'm saying is that input source indicator will show you where I am at the time I'm listening for the audio, Roger?
Show you where I am at the time I'm listening for the audio, Roger?
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I did have this radio set up with NFET half-wave antenna. I built this wire dipole, about 3 weeks ago, and finally had the chance to put it up on a mask and try it out. So this is actually the first transmissions I've made on this dipole, over.
Roger. So it looks like you were on the about my +7 over the Kentucky SDR, internet SDR noise level, and now that antenna, the Kentucky SDR that I'm listening to is up around Cincinnati. It's on the Kentucky side of the Ohio River, right at Cincinnati. So you're about 7 over there, maybe just a little bit less on my local antenna. I'm saying probably about 5 clicks over my local 7300 noise level, Roger.
Clicks over my local 7300 noise level, Roger.
Yep, roger that, roger that. Yeah, you're a good 10 over here on my radio, over.
Roger, roger. Well, it's courtesy of the closet, Roger.
Roger, roger. Well, it's courtesy of the closet, Roger.
Yeah, roger that, roger that. Yeah, I'm just curious how well this dipole's gonna perform over the. Now, I think it's gonna perform a little bit better than that end-fed, over.
Yes, sir. Well, my thought is that dipole antenna is really one of the most efficient, effective antennas going. And the fact that you can make it directional. You know, if you've ever looked at the radiation pattern of a dipole antenna, it's a broadside to the wire. As the wire is strung, your radiation pattern is broadside to that. So, by the way you string your dipole will be the direction that broadside to that, it will be your radiation pattern. So if you particularly wanted to go in a particular direction, just string your dipole antenna perpendicular to that line sight. Roger?
Roger that. Yeah, right now I've got it strung up south-southwest and north-northeast, I believe is the way it's strung up right now. I am getting ready to put up a tower, a 48-foot self-standing tower here in a couple weeks, and we'll probably either end up putting a 3-band Yagi on it or maybe a hex beam. Haven't decided yet, but right now I've just been dealing with the wire antennas, over.
Roger, roger. So if you use your tower to support the center aspects of your dipole, the most important thing, I think, from past experience is that you do one part of the dipole the same way as you do the other part. In other words, if you create a sloper with the tower as the connection point to your drive, then you want to try to equal the slope on both halves of that dipole. The more symmetry those two share, the better, or let's put it this way, the least SWR that you're going to encounter. And in a case in point, I had on 80 meters, I had an 80-meter antenna, and I was lucky enough to get one part of it way up in a 120-foot pine tree or whatever tree it was, and but I didn't have one for the other end, so it ran just kind of parallel to the ground, and I never could get the SWR down. I tried over a period of a year. I probably tried 5 times just to say, well, today I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fix that problem. And I would usually wind up worse than what it was. And finally, I was using tie wraps quick to make adjustments. And I messed up, and one of the tie wraps came undone. And there went my top position in that tree. I lost my top position in that tree, and I said, oh my gosh, that was such a beautiful place. But then I said, well, I'll just run it to this lower branch, the first lower branch, and just, could go that way. And I did, and I came in and I looked, and suddenly the SWR was like almost non-existent. And I'm thinking, wow, And the problem was, see, there was a great difference between one half of that dipole antenna and the other half. So what you want to do is try to make both halves somewhat similar, Roger?
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, right now I have it as an inverted V. I've got it up on a 25-foot mask, push-up mask, and I've got the elements coming down. The mask, and I've got the elements coming down a slope and angle. So yeah, right now it's in an inverted V, and both of them are actually going in they're the same way, just opposite directions, over.
Oh, Roger, that's good. And what I did at the end, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I use split bolts at the end. Split bolt is a bolt with a nut that has a split in it, and you can put the wire in there, or 2 wires in there, and tighten that split bolt up, and you make a great connection. They use this connection on power transformers all over the country, and I guess life expectancy is probably about 30, 40, maybe even greater years as far as how good a connection it is. But anyway, so I would take, I would cut my antenna slightly short, and then I would put like maybe a 1.5 foot piece of wire through this split bolt on the end, and this wire would run down perpendicular to the transmission piece, and then I could just, I would say, okay, on the negative, I was running unbalanced without a transformer, and I said, okay, on my negative side, I'll use that to control my SWR, and then on the positive side, I'll bring it back onto frequency. And I was using these split bolts and this 1.5 foot piece of wire, and I could just wind it up a little bit or bend it up, whatever. I didn't have to really get into my main antenna. Just these little adjustment wires would, just trim that thing, and I would trim off SWR, then I would bring it back on frequency, then I would trim off, and eventually, you can work yourself down to unreadable SWR, Roger.
Down to unreadable SWR, Roger.
Yep, roger that, yeah. Spent a little time tuning the antenna, went outside about 3 or 4 different times, and had it hooked up to a nano VNA, and had to shorten the wire up considerably, and got it to about a 1.3, 1.4 right now, and just basically wrapped the over wire up around the rest of the wire, so I haven't cut it to length yet, so and that's kind of where I'm at right now, over.
Roger. So it's best if you can figure out a way where you don't have to cut your wire, bend it back on itself or whatever. But see, once you cut a piece, then you may have to add a piece. So if you don't cut, but you just wrap it back up on itself or whatever, then you have that excess to see you through other situations, Roger.
Just to see you through other situations, Roger.
Yep, roger that. Yeah, that's why I bent it up over top of itself and just kind of wrapped it around and put the end piece up around to a little loop there and got it to length that way. So yeah, wasn't planning on cutting it. I guess I'll try to find a different way or a better way of having the excess wire. I guess just wrap it around the existing wire is about the best way. Over.
Roger. And also something to consider as the dipole is laid out, the current is at the feed side of the dipole, and high voltage is at the far end of the dipole. So you want to be careful about the ends. You might want to use double insulators in that support line. Probably not necessary, but like I say, the high voltage is at on the ends of those dipoles, and so you want to be sure that. And what I had was on that 80-meter antenna, when I was on the lower limb, I just kind of wrapped it over the limb, and the transmission line was actually laying on the limb, and I didn't think anything about it. But at one point, I did retrieve that, and I did notice that where that line, I was using like a RG, RG something, heavy-duty coax cable for my antenna, but not driven as insulator shield. I had all that tied together, and I was just using it for wire. And as it went over that limb, I noticed it had burnt the insulation right where the limb was underneath it. So I did get a piece of garden hose and tie that into that antenna, made it go through that. So I had additional insulation as it passed through the limb. But so, when you're running a little bit more power, then you have to be careful because, like I say, the voltage is on the end and it has a way of reaching out, Roger.
The voltage is on the end and it has a way of reaching out, Roger.
Oh yeah, roger that, yeah. Right now I'm just at 100 watts, so I do have plans on getting an amplifier in the future, but you know, with the way the equipment is right now, you just got to do a little bit at a time. So I'm just kind of anxious to get this for the wire antennas also. So yes, appreciate all the information. Antennas also. So yes, I appreciate all the information you give me. I don't have a choke hooked up to this antenna, so I presume that I don't have any RF coming in that you can hear over.
No, you're clean. And I'll tell you a test that I use. I am running a preamp that is about 10 dB to 12 dB attenuated back from its max audio. So what I will do is just turn that all the way up. So now my microphone is running 10 dB hotter than what it should. And if I don't get feedback or take off like a big bird, whatever, I figure that's pretty good. So I use that as a test. So if you can do your mic level 10 dB hotter than normal and still not have a problem with RF and the AF, then you're in good shape, Roger.
Problem with RF and the AF, then you're in good shape, Roger.
Roger that. So how does my audio sound now? Does it sound pretty clean? Over.
Yes, sir. I would go ahead and your +4 on your treble. I'd go ahead and make that +5, Roger.
+4 on your treble. I'd go ahead and make that +5, Roger.
Okay, roger that.
Kilo 8 November India Victor.
Roger, stations, stand by just a moment, please.
Roger, stations, stand by just a moment, please.
Okay, Todd, so you're +5 on your treble, Roger?
5 now, over.
I'm sorry, you said you were +5 on your treble?
Roger that, +5.
I'm sorry, you said you were +5 on your treble?
Affirmative, yes, I'm at +5 right now.
Roger, I would run it just like that. And get that windscreen when you can, and that'll be the one of the greatest things you can do, Roger.
And that'll be the one of the greatest things you can do, Roger.
Roger that. Hey, I appreciate all the information and the time you took to go through my radio. I hear another person trying to get a hold of you, so I'll go ahead and say 73. And until next time, Kilo Echo 9 Alpha November Juliet here in Indiana.
Roger, Todd, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you want to hear your audio, beautiful audio now, go to YouTube and do that call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So 73, Todd, catch you later, sir. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net, and that station calling. Go ahead.